One of our goals at the St. Tammany Chamber of Commerce is to help inform voters about issues and candidates on the ballot. For this reason, we invited all candidates in the contested school board races to participate in an interview. Each candidate was asked to speak for 3 minutes and address the 5 following questions. What is your name and profession? Why are you running for school board? What do you want to accomplish if elected? With our most recent LEAP scores and number 18 ranking in district performance scores, what specifically needs to be done to improve our educational outcomes? And why are you the best candidate in your district? Candidates are speaking in alphabetical order. We hope that you find this presentation informative. If you have any additional questions for any of the candidates, please reach out to them individually. We are now going to speak with the candidates from District 3, and District 3 covers Lyon Elementary. Our first candidate is Adaline Rutherford.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Adaline Rutherford. I'm running for District 3 and for the St. Tammany Parish School Board. Well, I think our children deserve better. We need to get back to being the best. At one time in St. Tammany Parish, our system was at the top, but we have fallen in the rankings. So clearly we're not utilizing our supportive community resources to maximize our teachers' potential. As an educator for over 22 years, I have lived my passion for teaching, striving to help my students excel. Deciding to pursue this position was due to countless co-workers, parents, and friends who asked me to step up to this challenge and be a voice for them. I'm so grateful for their total trust in my abilities and realizing that my firsthand classroom experience is so valuable. I attribute their trust in my success as an educator to us working together for the best interest of their children. I pride myself for having the courage to stand up for my convictions in the most honest possible way. Truly, what I treasure most is following my students throughout their educational journey and into adulthood. These relationships are the best testament to my professional career and the impact that I have made. I hope to simplify curriculums and focus on the core subjects of reading, writing, and arithmetic if I'm elected. I hope to create a balance between the pen and the paper and the internet usage, and especially the students using Chromebooks so much. I think we need to get back to the basics. I'd like to stop forcing the revolutionary reforms and revive teaching methods that have stood the test of time. We know what works. Good teachers really know what works. So let's motivate our students to want to be in the classroom, to be there, and to excel. And we need to measure each student's ability to learn. Not everyone learns at the same pace, so we need to take that into consideration. I think voting for me would be a benefit because I love teaching and helping the students. So I want to give back to the community. I have boundless energy. I'm up late at night so I can be contacted anytime. I have volunteered at Lake Harbor Middle School since I retired, and I'm currently their volunteer office coordinator, and I serve on their PTA board, which I will continue doing so even if I'm elected. I also want to be involved at Lyon Elementary, which is the school in my district. And I think the students that I've taught are now sending their children to school. I've had a little boy I walked up to the other day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you look just like your father. And sure enough, I taught his dad and his uncles. So, now it's a full cycle coming through. And my students who I've taught are asking me for advice, and they know I'm going to be there for them. So I hope to get some things done and move in the right positive direction. I'll be a voice for the teachers, the paras, and the other employees in the school system. I've served as a mentor teacher, a PLC leader, PBIS leader, and many other leadership roles, in my school. I'm very proud to say that I represented Lake Harbor Middle as their teacher of the year for the 2015-2016 year. And with over 2,000 wonderful teachers that we have in St. Tammany Parish, I'm very proud to say that, and humbled to say that I was selected as the first teacher to receive the award for the St. Tammany Parish District PTA Outstanding Teacher in 2019. As the school board member, I will work with the entire team and our superintendent to retain great educators to stay in our classrooms. We need to prepare our students for life. And this doesn't mean everyone has to go off to college. We have students who have the knowledge and the background and to help them. We can provide that knowledge background to help them to be successful in many other careers, not through a 4-year path of college, but through technology school. And this is very important in our community too. And our students need a school board that stands behind them and empowers them to be successful with doing this. I'm certain my experience will create a fresh focus for the St. Tammany Parish School Board to work together as a team and get us back to being at the top. Thank you, and I sure hope you, when you vote on November 8th, that you consider voting for me, Adaline Rutherford, District 3.
We go. Our next candidate is going to be Rebecca Stogner.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Stogner, going for District 3. I have just ended my career with St. Tammany Parish for 27 years, but full-term 39 years as an educator. I actually was a product of Mississippi school system, which was a great school system at that time. But then my children came through another system, which wasn't quite as well organized as the system I went through. So I also know a little bit about the background of a system that has not been successful and what I feel like is a successful educator. In 1992, I began my career with St. Tammany Parish. And I can tell you, when I began my career, it was like, wow, where has this place been? Because I saw what I wanted my children to have. And that was a school that the kids loved school. The parents loved and trusted the school system, and the employees were trusted and also enjoyed their jobs and loved coming to work and were given choice about how they did their jobs. You know, that's so important because employees liking and being able to choose how they do their job, they're going to buy in a lot better. Well, things began to change in St. Tammany Parish, and because I'm a 27-year veteran, I saw those changes. They have scared me. There's a lot of need for improvement. Even COVID hurt us a little bit, but I won't say that was the only problem. We had curriculum whenever I first started in this parish. It wasn't totally organized, but we let our teachers look at it and we let them decide what they could do to improve it, and they did a phenomenal job. There wasn't a lot of microscopes at that time where everybody's looking at what everybody's doing wrong. Everybody trusted everybody, and I can tell you it was working. So our teachers were making decisions, our administrators were letting them be empowered to make those decisions, and it was working. One thing we're having a lot of trouble with right now is the curriculum that we're being expected to teach, even at the federal level. We all know that we are feel like it's inappropriate. And as school boards, we have got to back the fact that we don't need that type of curriculum in our schools. Curriculums does not teach children. Programs do not teach children. Teachers teach children. So therefore, let's empower our teachers. Let's let our teachers look at the standards and let's let them make choices how they teach this. Last night, I was even talking to a teacher who was very upset because she felt like she had used something that worked for years, a very veteran teacher of the year for our parish. And now all of a sudden she feels like that she is not able to use what she knows work. It does scare a teacher, especially when they're part of this system and they know what works. Our discipline has got a lot of situations now that we need to all work with. Discipline is interfering with our classroom. We must address these issues. As an administrator, believe me, I have been a teacher, a counselor, a TRT, an assistant principal, and a principal. I know what works in discipline. We love to include our children in inclusion, and we love our special ed students, and we love our students who are our special students to be included in these classrooms. But when it interferes with the teachers' learning, we must do something about it. And that is one of my goals, is to make sure that that happens. Our teachers need curriculum that is ready from the day they walk in. They need to know what they're teaching. They need to have been trained, and they need to be ready, not in September and October, but actually in July. So they are ready to roll and be able to go, because these teachers get out during the summer and they prepare. Recess needs to come back. When I was a school principal at Abita Springs Elementary, and I can tell you, I led that school for 20 years with a happy staff, happy children, and happy parents. We had recess. We worked our schedule to where children got out. Our teachers had their breaks. And I'm going to tell you, there's nothing more valuable than putting recess back in school. Kids have to love school. Recently, as an assistant superintendent recently told me, he said, Ms. Stogner, you are one of the best people that can choose in order to bring this system back to where it was. You've seen it grow, you've seen it decline, and now you have values of what you want to bring back into the system. I think if we as parents and we as educators and we all work together and get away from having microscopes on each other and we learn to trust each other, and that's going to be a school board that's going to talk with our central office. We're going to work with our teachers and really listen, not just talk to them, but listen to them and everything, and all work together to figure out how can we move our system back to the system it was. I saw it as a wow system. I want to bring it back to a wow system. And I guarantee you, if given the chance to be voted into District 3 school board member, I will be my part. I will do my part to strive to bring St. Tammany back to what I saw as the wow school system. Thank you, and I hope you vote for me.
Thank you for watching our interviews with the St. Tammany School Board candidates, and we appreciate you trusting the St. Tammany Chamber of Commerce as an information source. The general election is on Tuesday, November 8th, 2022, and any runoff races will be on December 10th. If you need more information about early voting, voting locations, or to register to vote, please visit the Louisiana Secretary of State's website. Thank you so much.